Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Building a Nation with Team Canada, and today we bring you once again the North American Champions League for 2021. Got an interesting game this week, our first real challenge in Champions League, SANTOS LAGUNA from Liga MX. We're going to take a look at them in a minute, but first we got a little bit of housekeeping to do. Basically, we're going to make some excuses for this game right off the bat, because I'm here to tell you we're not really sending our strongest squad that we could possibly send to Champions League, basically due to fixture congestion. You look at this schedule, and we've got 4 games in 8 days, 5 games in 10 days. It's pretty outrageous. I mean, I don't know how we're expected to survive this gauntlet, but we're going to give it a try. Had to cut the roster down. So we're down to 30 players. We can't have the 35-man roster that Champions League usually allows. So, it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a difficult game. We shall see how it goes. Now, another reason why we don't quite have the strongest team is because we've, because of the way we play this save. Normally, when it comes to a save like this, I would definitely prepare for Champions League. I would bring in some veterans, bring in some international players, do anything I can to bolster the roster to compete with the Mexican League rosters. But we can't do that in this save, or don't want to do that in this save, because we want to get our young Canadian players as much playing time as possible. And unfortunately, we're not able to do that, so we're going to have to go with what we go with. Let's get to the match preview here. And as you can see, SANTOS LAGUNA, they are the odds-on favorite here, 6-4. They do come in inconsistent form, though, but it's not terrible form. 3 wins, a loss, and a draw in their last 5. We haven't played them before, so it should be an interesting matchup. We do have several players out, several players unregistered. James Haywood is suspended. That makes our thin midfield even that much more thin. Colin is also out with a hamstring strain, so that's another midfielder out. Roseland doesn't really play. They've got a couple guys who are unregistered and injured, but we shall see. Take a look at SANTOS LAGUNA. As you can see, their squad looks pretty good. Almost entirely made up of 4-star players. So that's going to be difficult to get past. We'll see if they're going to take us lightly or if they're going to play their full roster. Let's take a look at their schedule. How are they doing currently? They've played just about a full season here. They're in the closing stage, and they're not doing so hot. 11th in the closing stage, so they're not going to make the top 8. So that's unfortunate for them. I mean, they still got a few games left. I guess it's possible that they could make the top 8. But right now, it's not looking so good. So we might be able to catch them on a down slope. I don't know, but we shall see. They look to be a pretty good team. Coach Salvador Reyes, coached at Leon. Cruz Azul, has been the Mexican national coach back in 2011 to 2013. So he's, a pretty accomplished coach. Very excellent man management and motivating. He's definitely sort of that kind of coach. He's a motivational coach, not necessarily a technical coach. So we got a lot, maybe we can have a little bit of an advantage there in the technical area, but I don't know. I mean, our coach is pretty good, but coaching staffs overall might not compare. Anyway, enough of that. Let's take a look at team selection. And here we go. As I mentioned, it's a little bit of a rotated squad. On the bench, we've got Hundle, Brim, Norman, Romeo, Zlatkovic, Ahmed, and McMath. So we got all of our starters on the bench. Norman and Hundle are on the bench because we promised them more league games. So we're not going to play them in Champions League. We're going to play them in the MLS games coming up just because we've got to fulfill these promises. Okay. And then starting lineup. I'm going to do it here instead of the other screen. I don't think we can... Can we get to the other screen from here? No, we would have to submit that team. So here we go. We're going with Luke McGee in goal. He's going to be our... Yeah, he's going to be our goalkeeper for Champions League. Nerwinski, Hakkinen, Henry, Lovitz on defense. Tibert and Zalalem in the midfield. Reed, new fella, Zoltan Vejeda. Or Veda. Probably Veda. Anyway, 16 years old. He's pretty much the only attacking center mid we've got. Currently, not really the kind of guy you'd want to be playing in Champions League, but he's going to give it a go. And if he just bombs out, then we'll bring somebody else in there. Raheem Edwards on the left, battling some fitness issues. That's probably not a good idea. So we're going to play Brim in there instead. And then Lemire up top. Another one of our young strikers, 17 years old. He's going to be joining FC Nuremberg in July. So we've only got him for a few more months, but we'll get what we can out of him. So it's not a great lineup. Let's submit that team. I don't know why I did this here, because this advances to the next screen. I'm all discombobulated this morning. So here we go. We're going with the Z formation. Looks to me like they're playing their starting lineup. They've got Orozco in goal. Yeah, 39 appearances, 44 concessions. It's a lot of games that he's played, but it's not terrible. Nervo, the team captain, 33 appearances, 6.81 rating. Let's see. Quinones on the right. Yeah, he's okay. He's playing well. Not necessarily a lot of production. 4 goals, 2 assists. Cabrera on the left. No production from him. Only 6 appearances. Correa up top. 8 goals, 4 assists, 6.99 rating. And, Chicharito alert. Haven't seen this guy in a while. He hasn't been playing for the national team in our save. So I don't think he's played against us yet. So it's interesting that we get to see Chicharito in person here in Champions League. He's pretty good. I mean, he's getting a little old now, 32 years old. He's up there in that Carlos Vela type age range where he's still really good. He's starting to get a little old, but we'll... You know, I mean, it's not going to make a difference for this game because he's still much better than the players we've got. But yeah, lots of finishing, determination off the ball. You know, he's an interesting poacher type character. So we're going to have some issues with that against our defense. All right, anyway, let's get to the dressing room. Let's go. Champions League time. Pep talk. Good luck, guys. Go out there and pull off the upset. Okay, not really interested in that. So they are going with just the 4-4-2. Kind of an interesting formation. Don't see it a lot from Mexican teams. And other circumstances we might have risked him. Yeah, Venuto is still out with that injury. Unfortunately, he's been injured most of the preseason. So we got some issues at right wing. We got issues all over the field, honestly. But again, a lot of it is due to that just match congestion. There's so many games we have to play that it's hard to balance a rotated squad. Here we go. Throw in. Far side. Nerwinski gets it to the youngster. Veda. Adonijah Reed. You know, a seasoned veteran by comparison. Lemire. Again, another teenager up there. Good passing right now. We're looking good. They're kind of laying back defensively. And that's fine. Oh, here's Veda. He's got some striker abilities. He's got 12 finishing. So if he lets loose a shot, the youngster might score a goal. Santos Laguna, they are packing it in. I don't know if they're getting ready to play a counterattack. Here's Zalalem getting forward. Off the post. Or the crossbar, I should say. If they're going to... I mean, we should be controlling the possession and the tempo, and we are 58%. So that's good. That's fine. We're not in attack. It's kind of left that attacking mentality behind, definitely for this series against Santos Laguna. But if they're going to sit back and let us do this, this is kind of ideal, because if we can just score one. Here's T-Bert over the top. Quite a good away section. Look at the Canadian flags there. Got a lot of white T-shirts in the home or in the away section. So it's pretty good turnout. So maybe, maybe tactics might give us a way into this game. If we're not playing the strongest lineup, and they're a better team than us anyway. But if they're going to sit back in this 4-4-2 and just let us control the ball, 65% possession, this is basically ideal. The only thing we have to worry about is a ball over the top to Chicharito. And, he's going to be stalking that back line, trying to beat Henry and Hakkinen. But it's not like, he's a burner. 14 pace is pretty good, but it's not well out of bounds. Here we go. Throw in near side brim. Gets it to Lovitz, who's playing defense today. Zalalem. There's Vieta. Yes! I told you he could score. The youngster. The 16-year-old scoring in Champions League. Zoltan. I mean, they just left him alone. He's so tiny out there, they probably just lost track of him. There he is. He's just sort of hanging out, hiding behind the big guy here. Hiding behind Lemire. I mean, look at this kid. 16 years old, 5'1", 103 pounds, 5 strength, 2 jumping reach. I mean, he is a wee boy out there. But he does have... Oh, I thought he had 12 finishing. He's got 12 first touch. I mean, I guess that's good. I guess that's how he was able to make that touch. But look at that. We're up 1-0. This is basically ideal. Couldn't even imagine a better first start than this. Controlling the game, controlling possession, getting the first goal. Now we can sort of do our thing. Hold on to possession. Time waste. Low tempo. Let's see. In transition, I guess we'll keep that up. It's worked so far. We could drop back a tiny bit. And again, our one big fear is a ball over the top to Chicharito. So we shall try to mitigate that. Play back a little bit. But other than that, I think we're fine. Dressing room. Pep talk. I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. No need to get crazy. Let's just start the second half and go. So this is pretty outstanding. We'll see. They can make the comeback, but if we can control the game in the first leg away, and then, we come back home, and who knows what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to probably come attacking, but we'll be at home. So we'll have the advantage. We'll have a better team that we could throw out there, probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's what I'll do. Hakkinen's got a yellow card. So that means we're going to have to plan for it. Here's Adonijah Reed. Slicing through the fence. Gets it back to Brim, to Reed. Shot. All kinds of stuff happening. I was trying to finish another thought, and that highlight came out of nowhere. So, not the greatest commentary you've ever heard. Yeah. Another early morning recording session. This happens sometimes. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm not one of those people who's like, I gotta have my morning coffee. But, mornings are still mornings. All right. Veda, a little tired, playing well. Ouch, there's Chicharito with a crushing tackle on the little man. He's going to get back up, though. No crying in baseball here. Cabrera's moving forward. Takes the shot off the post. Hakkinen clears it. Okay, they're starting to get a little bit antsy. They're starting to put some pressure on us. All right, so subs. I think we'll bring Veda out. Bring in... I mean, he's playing so well, but he is a wee little boy, and he is tired, so we're going to take him out. And then Hakkinen with his yellow card, we're going to take him out. He's not playing particularly well, so there's no real problem with taking him out. We're going to bring in Rocco Romeo, our new signee. I've been saving him for for the next MLS game. But, you know, when you need a player, you need him. You got to put him in there. All right, Zelalem. Corner. Near side. Sends it in. There was Romeo. Got a head on it, but sent it wide. Orozco is there. 66 minutes. Looks like we could be in for a mega highlight. Here we go. Orozco sends it downfield. Nerwinski heads it out to nobody in particular. Zelalem didn't really race for that one. Cabrera. Oh, McGee. What was that? Okay, good stop. Way to go. Santos Laguna, they have brought their possession up a little bit. Still not great. Still only 6 shots, 3 on target for them. That's pretty good going into the 75th minute here. Okay, they get a free kick. Aguilera sends one over the top. That's fine. Everybody's fine with that. If this result holds, I'll be very happy. Valdez sends one across. Lovitz heads it out. Is anybody going to go get it? Nope. Villalobos is going to go after it. Okay. Santos Laguna is going to restart their attack. Another mega highlight here. Valdez gets it back on the near side. Villalobos. They're attacking wide. There don't seem to be a ton of players in the middle. Of course, who else is going to get that goal but Chicharito? Just went right around our defense. Is Aguilera a substitute? Let's see. I think he's their fullback coming forward. Nobody's... we marked him somewhat, but Lovitz and Henry standing still on the back line. Don't even mark Chicharito. So they got one back. It's still not a disastrous result. We'll close down on Aguilera. 83 minutes. We're going to take our 1-1 and go home, hopefully. Near side corner. McGee keeps it out. Keeps it out twice. Outstanding. I mean, McGee is he's a good keeper. He's at least as good as McMath. And he's a lot younger. But, you know, McMath is a proven quantity, and we want to keep him for MLS. So we're going to let McGee be our Champions League goalie for as long as he will allow it, until he starts complaining. Villalobos, okay, there's McGee again getting tested. Great save. We're into stoppage time here. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Villalobos, Romeo, boots it out. Mega highlight ends there, thankfully. Zelalem is tired, but we don't really have a good substitute for him. 15 seconds left. This should be the last highlight. As long as they don't score here, we're good. Valdez again. He's tackled by T-Bert, sort of. Gets a shot off, but McGee is there. Might call McGee the MVP of this game. He made some big stops. Keep it 1-1. 1-0 would have been better, but you see they got their shots back up there. At the end of the game, they sort of came forward and started to even things out. They actually ended up with more shots on target than we did. So yeah, Zoltan played outstanding. Couldn't ask for anything more from that young man. Maybe we should have kept him in the game longer. But, you know, did what we thought was the best. Anyway, we're going to get to the second game and see how that goes. So we're going to pause it here. Okay, we are back. It's been another long week. We played several games. Actually played pretty well, so that's good news. You know, I thought it was going to be just a disaster this week, but our young players came in. It helped that we had 3 games at home, including today's game versus Santos Laguna. So that, I think, helped the congestion a little bit. We weren't flying all across the country, so that was good. But today's game is a big one. You know, 1-1 is a huge result in the first leg, so we could possibly move on to the next stage of Champions League. Speaking of Champions League, you know, LAFC has defeated LA Galaxy 4-2. The Galaxy had a player thrown out of that game, so they went down to 10 men, and LAFC took advantage of it. El Tráfico Champions League goes to LAFC. Our game is a tight one, 1-1, as I mentioned. FC Dallas goes down to Cruz Azul, 3-2 on aggregate. They gave it a good try, finished 1-0 in the second leg, but that was not enough to overcome the 3-1 loss in the opening leg. And then Tigres dominates Toluca. Looks like Tigres is going to be the best team in this competition this season, so we're going to probably look forward to playing them in the next round. They defeated them 6-3 on aggregate. So we are the last game in the quarterfinals. Let's get to the match preview. We're the favorites. Interestingly, home favorites. Playing at BC Place, 27,000 tickets sold. That's pretty much as many as we can expect. I don't think, other than like Champions League final, I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that 54,000, at least not for a few years. But anyway, it's interesting. We're the favorites. We are in inconsistent form right now. 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. They're in decent form. 2 losses and 3 draws. So it's been a busy couple of days for both of us. Busy week, I guess. Both played a lot of games. Not much else to look at here that we haven't already looked at before. So let's get to the team selection. Playing the strongest team we can possibly play. Got Lemire, Edwards, Darren Sr. Haywood is back from suspension, so we got him on the bench. Romeo on the bench, Ahmed, and Zach McMath on the bench. We're going to let McGee continue to play Champions League. It's fine. We're going to trust in the young goalkeeper. Not make his stay here completely useless, right? Like, we brought him over from England. Let's do something with him. So they appear to be playing same formation, same players as far as I can tell. Roscoe in goal, Nervo is there. Cabrera on the left. 8 appearances now, 1 assist. Chicharito, Correa. Seems like mostly the same team. Meanwhile, we've got McGee in goal, Lovitz at left back, Nerwinski at right, Henry and Kemry in the midfield, so pretty much our starting defense. Norman and Tiebert in the midfield. Brim, Zalalem, Venuto's back on the right. He came in, played 1 game, scored a goal, 7.20 rating. So he's right back where he left off from last year. And hopefully he can give us a different dimension in this game, help us score a goal or 2. And then Hundle up top at the striker position. So let's go. I mean, let's win one for the old Gipper, as you know, no one ever says anymore, because that's like a 50-year-old reference, if not more. All right. Expecting you to win tonight, boys. Let's go. All right. BC Place, you know, good crowd. Not, it doesn't look good, but it is a good crowd. Trust me on this. Trust me. All right. So last game, they sat back. They let us have possession. This game starting out similarly. 5 minutes in, well, we got 50% of possession. How are we doing tactics-wise? We're doing the same thing, right? Didn't change anything up. No. Why change? We got a draw. It all came down to just sort of, you know, they got 1 play on us. Chicharito proved his quality and just beat our defense to the back post. That's how they scored their goal. They've got an injury already. Mauricio Suero, their right winger, is out. 28-year-old Colombian veteran. I mean, he's pretty good. Quinones came in. I mean, he's pretty good as well. 23-year-old Colombian. So not a huge drop-off. I mean, he's slightly worse. Let's not... but he's also, you know, younger, fitter. He's actually rated at 4 stars, so our scouts actually rate him a better player. But here we go. We are in the whites, by the way. And it looks to be a counterattack from Santos Laguna. Correa. Ooh, I don't know how to say that name. But here's Quinones, the guy we were just talking about, using that crossing ability. Nerwinski, what are you doing? I hate that. FM needs to do something about that. Let the ball go out of bounds. Please. Please just let the ball go out of bounds. Like that. There was no reason in the universe for Nerwinski to go after that ball. That was going out. Nobody near him. And he heads it right back to the guy who was in no position to get it otherwise. Ugh, I hate that. Okay. So that's not good. They got the early goal. Now they can sit back all they want. Now they'll be more than happy to just sit back. They got their away goal. They're up a goal. So they're sitting pretty right now. Not so happy about that. And currently we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. It's just end, period, sentence, nothing. Okay. 2 minutes of stoppage time in the first half. We're going to have to do something a little different in the second half. We can't let them just sit back. I mean, we've only got 3 shots, and we're supposed to be the ones doing everything here. So, we will do the dreaded attacking. In possession. Slightly more direct. Take some more shots. All that stuff. Okay. I don't know that we want to make any changes right now. Our dude Venuto, not looking good. He is motivated currently. 6.4 rating, though. Only 59% fit. I guess we're going to risk him. You know, we're going to risk him getting injured again because he is just back from injury for a week. He's played one half of one game. And now we're throwing him back into Champions League. But you know what? He's a professional. I expect this to be assertive. Much better showing in the second half. Let's go. All right, we got some fired up boys. Norman's fired up. That's good. Let's get the equalizer early. Lovitz, Brim. I mean, this is probably just the first half highlight, so it's probably going to come to nothing, but you never know. Hundle working his magic. He's got Venuto. Nope, not a good pass. Venuto was being sneaky there. He is on attack. We do have the right winger on attack. He's just not playing with it. Playing like it, I should say. You know, he's actually dropped a bit of physicality since he had his injury. He's down to 16 pace and acceleration. His balance has dropped. Stamina, strength, everything has dropped since he's been injured. It's been that sort of catastrophic. I think it was a hamstring injury. Something. It was something serious. Looks like they've changed their approach to be with more caution. 60 minutes down already. I think we need to get Venuto out of there regardless. He's not playing well. I'm going to put in Darren Sr. 17-year-old, but, you know, he's a good young attacking player for us. We'll throw him in there and see what he can do. Let's go. Here we go. Corner. Venuto taking it. His last play. Gets it in. Kamiri heads it over. No. Nothing came of that. I think when we took Venuto out, that took our corner attempt away. That's no good. All right, 63 minutes. Let's demand more. There we go. We're focused. We're composed. Here we go. Highlight, 65 minutes. Lovitz with a wild throw-in. He's going to get it back, though. Thank you. Return to sender. Now he's going to go forward. He's not covered particularly. Is Hundle going to get it out to him? No, Hundle gets it forward to Senior. There we go. That's what I was talking about. He's a striker at heart. Playing that right wing on attack, and Hundle finds him. The youngster. Coming in for the veteran Venuto. He looked onside-ish. Off the post. Orozco nearly got there. Senior was able to pull it out. There we go, boys. We're back in it. Yeah, definitely onside. Senior, bang. Love it. All right, again, you love it when a plan comes together. You take one guy out, suddenly his replacement comes in, gets a goal. You're feeling good. All right. 71 minutes. Right now we're going to overtime. Anything else we want to do? Not particularly. Throw in 75 minutes. Brim sends it into Norman. Gets it back. Zelalem centers to T-Bert. Oh, he sent that one over. That's what we want, though. We want them shooting from distance. Zelalem again. Taking the free kick, sending it. Senior couldn't get there, but it looks like Henry's going to chase down the rebound and restart the attack. Out wide to Kamiri. Let's not have our central defenders playing out on the wing, please. Please. T-Bert. Somebody. Brim has it. He's tackled but not fouled. He's got Nowinski, looks like, or is that Norman coming up from the backfield? Get it to him, number 3. There we go, Nowinski. I'm trying to coach these guys as I commentate. Nowinski, his cross is deflected. T-Bert's going to chase it down. The highlight continues. The mega highlight. Highlight to end all highlights, hopefully. See what we can do, boys. Let's get it back together. Senior looking. Oh, they had him going forward. Brim. Bit of a stutter, but he gets it. Hundle can't get there. Norman, though, boots it. Yes. Rebound. Oh, look at that. He does a cartwheel. That was pretty good. It looked almost like he did one of those no-handed gymnast cartwheels. But anyway. Brim using his acceleration to get to that ball. Sends it in. Nervo. And then Norman just one-timer from the semicircle. Up. We are up. We've been dominating. Do we dial it back is the question. Norman looks exhausted out there. He's all right. Don't want to make any changes right now. We just want things to go. Just clock is running. There's no need. 3 minutes of stoppage time coming up. If this holds, we move on. We oust Chicharito from the Champions League. Here we go. Final highlight. There it is. The final whistle. Yeah. 2-1. How about that for a shocker? Well, maybe it's not a shocker. We were the betting favorites. So, our international reputation is starting to catch up to us. And the bettors are starting to catch on that this Vancouver team plays pretty well when it comes to Champions League. So there we go. Norman scored his first career goal for Vancouver. Is that for real? I guess it is. Cabrera scored his first career goal for Santos Laguna. So congratulations all around. Norman gets the player of the match. Confident. 8.3 rating and a goal in the second half. Very good. And of course, our substitute, Senior, scored a goal. So really, who's the MVP here? I think it's me, honestly. But there we go. We're moving on. Champions League. Let's take a look at the competition, perhaps. Can we do that? Nothing here to click on. So we'll click on this. We get LAFC in the next round. So we got a guarantee MLS versus Mexico in the finale. LAFC, unfortunately, is a very good team. I mean, they're our bogey team this year in this save. They've beaten us plenty of times. They've got Carlos Vela, Horta, Latif Blessing, Vincent Janssen is a new player they signed up last year who's very, very good. They picked up Jesse Gonzalez to shore up their goalkeeping, although he is listed. He's transfer listed for them. Who's their other goalkeeper? Juliano is ineligible. Who's this guy? Anyway, 22-year-old Brazilian keeper. Yeah, he's okay. I don't think I'd take him over Gonzalez, but what are you going to do? They got Hedges and Zimmerman, so they got the old FC Dallas tandem playing central defense. So yeah, LAFC, I mean, they're as good as a Mexican League team. Pretty much. Leardom, yeah, they're good. They're good. They're real good. So it's not like we got a free pass to the finals or anything like that. But we will catch up with that at some other time. Coming up next, you know, the Champions League quarterfinals isn't till the end of the month. Coming up next, we got some Team Canada news. We got to announce our squad. And then we've got... what am I talking about here? We got World Cup qualifying coming up in just a week or two. So that's going to be next on the schedule. Guatemala and then Mexico, the big, big game. I mean, both these games are huge, but Mexico is the really big game. Got to figure something out for that. So we'll come back for that next time. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.